Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Hey, spread one. Lucy.
On first down, Bortles steps away to his left. Oh, he's got him in, complete. They give him a gain of 38.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
380. Here we go.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Here we go.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Throw left side complete. It's Lee, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it, because getting points is paramount.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Bannon in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively, because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Here's Bortles to throw. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Lucy.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Bortles now on 1st down. Oh, stays up. They shakes it off. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
To throw is Bortles. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Lucy. Green.
Bortles now on 1st down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go right.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Already he's topped 50 receiving yards in this 1st quarter. And he's got a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And this will... not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Play action. Now Wentz. Going deep downfield for Ross. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. It's by Ronnie Harrison. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Go right, go right. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Flush to his right. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Throwing now is Bortles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
372. 539, Lucy. Omaha. 380. 380. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down.
Lucy.
To throw, it's Bortles. Eluding the pressure run. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Timmy Jernigan in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
He finds a giant and able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. He'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Not only was that a nice run, it's got to be a little bit of a confidence booster as they head towards the end of the 1st half.
On the left. Forward coach, Lion.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this.
Let's go. 81, 81.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hang in there, hang in there now. Go. Run. Black, come on.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On play action, Wentz. That's complete to John Ross. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Come on now, let's go. Great 15. Great.
Wentz now on first down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Let's go. Lucy. 380.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense,
Lucy.
as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
76. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. Completes it to Lee. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. 11.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Hall bringing it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
380. 11B.
Now Bortles. Taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now a timeout coming here defensively, as on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Lambeau will put this one through. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now contact up front as penalty mark. Come in. Who is this against? They will face a 2nd and 9 now following the penalty. They fake the give. Now Wentz going up top. But he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Gets it to Gordon. And he's brought down. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Wentz. Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Throwing now is Wentz. And he's going to go down again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Lucy.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Flush to his right. Open man right side is Sharp. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Bortles now on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They get it to him running left. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. He's at the 50. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. They run with Ajayi. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not what they want to see consistently. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
81.
Here's Ajayi. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Elliott now to kick this one away. Now the return, Rashad Green. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. And we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken at the 23. First by him near the 35. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Wentz. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Malik Jackson coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a play fake. Wentz. And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Fowler in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Play action. Now Wentz. He sets to fire deep. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And some room to maneuver. The end of it, he stripped. Ball comes loose. And a great return as he gets this all the way down.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
72,
shotgun now for Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Let's go.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Ooh, the juke. Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going deep downfield for Rose, and that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Philly. 52 yards. Throwing on first is Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ross. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Wentz to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Dante Fowler in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
82.
To throw is Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So the field goal got them back within 1 score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
The pitch to Fournette. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go.
Again, it's Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Green 80. Hey, let's go. Trick left.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Bortles going to throw here. He's going to fire one deep, middle it, and this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Calais Campbell in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Wentz, I think this is going to be a free play. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10.
82. What's up?
On play action, Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And an alley to run. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a boot, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Jaguars, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.